Welcome to a special edition of the Weekly Sneaker Review. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and this week we're going to talk about the top 5 of 2011. This list was put together by you, not influencers or an expert panel or so-called sneaker experts. This list was put together by you, the sneaker community. For the last Weekly Sneaker Review, I asked you guys to put in the comments your top 5 of the year, and that is exactly what you did. I went through each and every comment, and I made sure I counted your votes, and that is the list that I'm going to present to you today. So, without further ado, let's get right to it, the top 5 of 2011.
My kick's on fire.
Starting off the countdown is a shoe that released in quite a few colorways this year and marked the first time that a designer named Tinker Hatfield worked with a budding NBA superstar named Michael Jordan. If you haven't guessed by now, the shoe is the Air Jordan 3. The model released in several different colorways this year, including the much-hyped white cement version that released in January, the true blue version that released in June, and the black cement version that released in November. Again, this was the first shoe designed by Tinker for Michael Jordan and really started a relationship that totally changed the sneaker game forever. And based on your votes, was the number 5 sneaker for 2011. Let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 is another Tinker designed shoe, the Air Jordan 11. Now, this shoe just released just a few days ago, and it represents a first also, kind of like the Air Jordan 3, as it was the first time patent leather was used on a shoe, and it was also the first time that a carbon fiber shank was used inside of a shoe that gave it a little spring and also made it a little bit rigid when Michael was playing. There's actually a story on Counter Kicks, if you guys have a chance, go check it out, by Brett Gottlieb, where he interviews Tinker, and he talks about how Tinker saw Michael Jordan playing and how he basically destroyed his shoes when he played, and that gave him the idea for putting the carbon fiber in the shoe to stop it from moving so much and give it some more stability. See, the more you read, the more you know. So that is the number 4 pick based on your comments, the Air Jordan 11 Concord. Now, we're believing and hoping, I should say, for the Air Jordan Columbia to release in 2012, but you never know, Jordan brand may change their plans and they may not release it, but we're still hoping, but you never know. We'll see. Let's go with number 3. Coming in at number 3 is a shoe that, released when there was no NBA season happening at all. Everyone expected the NBA season to start a little earlier than it did this year, but it didn't. But that didn't stop Nike from releasing the Nike Lebron 9. Now, the shoe is packed with technology. It has Air Max in the heel, it has Zoom in the front, it has Flywire on the upper, but I don't think it's actual technology that makes the shoe so appealing. I really think it is the colorways. The fans have gone crazy over the Nike Lebron 9, including the Cannon colorway, the Scarface colorway, the Miami Hurricanes colorway, and my personal favorite, the China colorway. Now, all these released before the season even started, so I'm pretty excited that now the season's going to see the new colorways that Nike's going to actually release while LeBron is actually playing. So, as you guys voted, I also appreciate this shoe. Coming in at number 3 was the Nike Lebron 9. So, let's move on to number 2. Though it was not the tie-up version that we were all hoping for, the Nike Air Mag that was released to benefit the Michael J. Fox Foundation this year quickly found its way into our hearts, to be honest. The shoe was released with there was actually 1,500 pairs of the shoe released, and they were auctioned off on eBay over 10 days with the average selling price going for $3,700. And if I recall correctly, the top price was $37,500 paid by Tiny Tempo, so shout out to him. And as a bonus, Sergey Brin, a co-founder of Google, actually agreed to match each auction price dollar for dollar up to $10 million. So basically doubling up the effort that Nike made for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Again, so this is number 2 on our list, the Nike Air Mag for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Many of us didn't get to touch them, but they did find their way into our hearts. I guess we're all Back to the Future fans down deep inside somewhere. Well, it is time for number 1, and honestly, I believe that number 1 this year could actually be number 1 next year if some of the things that we have seen actually come to fruition. You want to know? I guess I should probably tell you. Number 1, based on your votes, was the Nike Air Foamposite. The Foamposite released in quite a few different colorways this year, including a dark pine, the pewter, the neon royal, and the electric blue, and all of them basically sold out almost immediately once they went on sale, from midnight releases to shutting down Nike.com and things like that. You guys went crazy for Foamposites, and if any of the shoes that we actually saw at the Soul Collector event actually released, especially the Galaxy colorway, I think it's going to be crazy again for the Foamposite. Another great year for the Foamposite. We already know that the red version is releasing in February, I believe right around Valentine's Day. So if that Galaxy one also releases, I can see like sneakerheads' heads literally exploding trying to get their hands on that shoe. So let's just do a quick recap. How about that? A quick recap of the top 5. Number 5 was the Air Jordan 3. Number 4 was the Air Jordan 11. Number 3 was the Nike Lebron 9. Number 2 was the Nike Air Mag. And number 1 was the Nike Air Foamposite. All based on your votes and the shoes that you voted for in the comments last week. Well, that will do it for the weekly sneaker review. I am your host, Jacques Slade. If you come back tomorrow, we will have the top 5 sneakers from Jordan Brand. And these, again, are based on your votes. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you click the button and do that. There's lots of things we do here. There's the personal vlogs I've been doing, there's the performance reviews, and there's the weekly sneaker reviews. So if you haven't checked those out, make sure you give those a chance and check those out, because these are the last 2 videos that we're doing of the year. You know what I'll do? I'll put together a playlist of all those videos so you guys can just kind of click and just go through and just watch the videos at random, since we won't be doing any more videos for the year. Again, I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is the special edition of the weekly sneaker review, the top 5 for 2011, based on your votes. I'll see you tomorrow with the top 5 from Jordan Brand. Peace.
And as you can see, it has the ankle brace, has an additional ankle brace, and this one definitely has a lot more cushion in it. You can feel the cushion in the bottom. You can definitely feel the cushion. Now this one is the fast, where you don't have the ankle.